Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lenkama, Vedic astrologer, and today I'm going to be discussing week 11 of the year 2026. This starts from the 9th and it is till the 15th of March. A very important week again because after 120 days, Jupiter is going to be turning direct. I welcome you all, whosoever is live also, and the ones who will be joining in later and will be watching me later. So, as you all know, it is a beautiful time period because finally we are heading to Jupiter's direct motion in the enemy sign of Gemini. So, it is definitely going to be gaining some power because it is going to be Uchabhilashi and moving, inching towards the sign of exaltation. So, any which ways, it's a good transit, as you all know, and it is going to be bringing about some major transitions. Apart from that, we do have Sun entering Pisces sign. After the eclipse zone, it is going to be with Saturn though, but it is definitely better as compared to what it was in the Aquarius sign, enemy sign, and with Rahu and so many other grahas. So it was definitely not gaining that strength, and after the 15th, it will be gaining that strength also. So can you see how the sky looks like? But the only issue that we are going to be experiencing this week is Rahu and Mars close conjunction, or we can say at the same degrees they'll be on the 13th and the 14th, which is a little precarious time. And as you know, whenever Mars and Rahu come together in the sign of Saturn, it is a very unique phenomena. So whatever we are experiencing across the globe is because of this conjunction also. This might have taken place many times, but in Aquarius sign, when it takes place, it is volatile. But at the same time, we do have to see the plus also. That is your personal chart. That is why you are not getting this kind, you are not in that situation. So that means it is definitely your personal chart, your personal dasha, which is the most important one. That is why you're not experiencing something which others are. Okay. So anyhow, this is what the week looks like. Moon is going to be transitioning from Scorpio to Sagittarius to Capricorn this week, and I will be sharing my insights on the transit positions this week first, and then I will be sharing with you the 12 sign reading. So let's start with what is happening in the sky. Jai Shri Krishna, Har Har Mahadev, and Om Sai Ram, and Jai Bajrangbali because he is my, like a son to me. So I always treat him as my son and my, and of course Gannu also, Ganesha also. Anyhow, all gods are the same. So we must just keep saying and reciting his name, okay? Jai Shri Ram. So let me start sharing with you the desktop. Okay, let me just remove this. This was from the last time Pisces was written. So, okay. So this is week 11, as I said, of the year 2026. And we have mainly Jupiter turning direct, and we have Moon in Scorpio to Sagittarius. Scorpio on the 9th to the 10th, and then we'll be moving into the Sagittarius sign on the 11th to the 13th, and 14th, 15th, it's going to be in Capricorn sign. So one by one. So it's like, through a foggy road, Mercury retrograde, while the road is being repaired, Saturn, and suddenly traffic speeds up again, which is Jupiter direct, that kind of a situation. And when it is in the debilitation sign, it is definitely, weak, and the mind is restless and suspicious. When Moon is in the 8th house, and it is emotional intensity, secret surfacing, and financial and relationship sensitivity. 11 to 13th March, it's going to be in Sagittarius, so wisdom prevails. But the shift of mood is from fear to meaning. So make the best use of this time period, between 11 to the 13th. So people will start asking, what is the lesson? Where am I going? All that is when Moon is going to be here, and it's going to be right opposite Jupiter, also not to forget. And Saturn is looking here. So there's a double transit in the Sagittarius sign. 14th and the 15th Moon is going to be in the Capricorn sign, 10th house of the natural zodiac. So this is where, reality phase comes in. Okay, what practical steps should I take now? Okay. And Jupiter is turning direct, as you know. Jupiter represents wisdom, Jupiter represents expansion, opportunities. So it is like a teacher who paused the lecture suddenly and starts speaking again, or says, okay, revise the lesson, and now you are going to go on till now you were revising and now you can go forward. What exactly you should be doing now next? So that is what the new chapter begins. So plans that were delayed may restart now. Mars and Rahu are going to be closely conjunct on the 13th and the 14th. So this is the most volatile combination. Of course, Mars represents fire and action, and Rahu amplifies the obsession also. So that is what is going to be the key theme when they are together. So it's like gasoline thrown on a small flame. Sudden anger, accidents, impulsive actions and decisions, social media conflicts, protests, geopolitical tension, market volatility, all that can be experienced. And then Sun, by the end of the week, will be transiting through Pisces sign and join Saturn there. So this is like Saturn is discipline and Sun is authority. So when they combine, ego meets reality, the king enters the monastery. So if it forces leaders and individuals to ask, what is my responsibility? Where must I humble? All these should be the questions that you can be asking. So early week is deep emotional turbulence, and then search for meaning, and then lastly, serious decisions. That's what is the key theme. So now, Jupiter direct, I am going to be doing something very unique about it in a different video, of course. But yes, when a teacher is retrograde, he stops teaching new lessons and asks students to revise old chapters. When teacher becomes direct, in a way, Jupiter, so the class moves forward again. So that is what reviewing your belief and all that happens, okay? So let's start with the reading for all 12 signs. And as you know, let me write it over here because then you get confused what exactly is happening. Ascendant, moon, and the dasha. Okay, these are the key themes that you should be following. Now as regards to Aries, okay, so for Aries this week, moon is going to be transiting through your 8th, 9th and 10th houses. So 8th house transit is a little uneasy. That starts off with, you might just feel very intense. Any which ways, 8th house transit is not considered to be that good for moon. Over and above is the debilitation sign also. So it might just give you uneasiness, health issue. You might just feel that you are not able to decide certain things which were very important. You feel restless. And also, this might just bring about some changes in you also. Maybe, some kind of, you might just feel that everything is slowing down. Where do I stand? What am I doing? What is happening in my life? All these questions will be coming into your head. And also, some kind of financial risks you might just get into and then you regret. So don't make certain impulsive decisions during this time. Keep your secrets private and don't get into the zone where you feel that everybody can be trusted. Also, this is as per the classic text. This is Chandra Ashtama, so people generally suffer from cold, cough, some kind of litigation, theft happens. So as per the classic text, I'm saying it's not just a bad phase completely, because this will give you clarity also at the end of the day. What are your fears? What is it that you feel insecure about? And also you will get to know who's who. So when you get that clarity, you really get that wisdom and you just move on then. Okay. Then moon moves into your 9th house on the 11th to the 13th. Now this is the time period when you will be experiencing, and Jupiter is also turning direct. It will be opposite Jupiter also. So good for interviews, good for applications, travel plans, luck opens through mentors. Also some learning opportunity, upskilling yourself, enhancing your knowledge, and looking at the picture in a very different way, in a bigger way. Okay, what do you really want to do? As per the classic text, moon is considered to be not that great here, because moon is good in 1, 3, 6, 7, 10, 11 only. It's not considered to be good. Why? Because this is the you have that faith in spirituality, and that confidence is like, okay, there will be good results in this aspect, that you actually become very spiritually inclined. You might just visit some spiritual place, a religious place also. But this is the place where, you can experience loss of your dignity, loss of fame, loss of your job, because it is 12 places away from the 10th house. So 12 places away means loss of fame, loss of honor. So you need to, maybe you could not finish the job that you were given, so you feel little uncomfortable this day. You have lots to on your plate, so you do feel that, oh, okay, I have to take it easy. So that kind of a situation happens when moon is transiting through your 9th house. That is why it's not considered to be good. And also there can be some difficulties in general also that you have to go through. So it's better that you take things easy. Do not get agitated if at all you're not getting that kind of acknowledgement. Then by the end of the week, we have moon transiting through your 10th house in Capricorn. It's on its own. Though Pluto is there, if you take it, or if you consider it, this can be a little high on expectation period. You might just feel that, the career opportunities should increase. I must get the accolades and acknowledgement. The bosses might just give you a lot of work and not pay you the way you deserve, but definitely results come with discipline, because this is a Capricorn sign. 10th house is good for meeting the VIPs or any kind of meetings related to the government officials, etc. Any work or paperwork that you have to do, mantra, tantra, whatever you call it, mantra siddhi also we see from here. And also it is good for making some any kind of pilgrimage or anything to do with your health. If you want to go for some health checks also, this is a good time period. And obviously you can overcome the enemies. Like there can be good time period during the day where you will be able to complete your task. So that is also competition success that you're heading to. Okay. Now we do have a couple of transits which are happening this week. Sun is going to be leaving the zone of Rahu Ketu, and is going to be in your 12th house and will be conjunct Saturn and Venus also. So 12th house transit is good for foreign travels, foreign relations, because it's the 5th lord in the 12th, so it's 8 places away. So children might be going overseas. Students will be doing well in the overseas places, good for higher learning, education, but there can be some expenditures also. Loss of ego, as we say. So you need to save time on frivolous issues. If you depend on and talk about, it's better that you save money and time and energy during this time period. Jupiter is turning direct, which is your 9th and 12th lord. Again, very positive, good for writing, good for learning, good for teaching, good for upgrading yourself, good for travels, good for shifting, moving towards some other place. That is also quite likely. If you want to sell off your property, you can do that as well, because Jupiter is in 12 places away from the 4th house and is also in trine to Mars. So very positive for the ones who are going to be initiating their education plan, or they're going to be traveling or learning, or buying a vehicle also. So you can sell your vehicle during this time if you want to. Okay, so this is that kind of a week where I think you will be feeling much better with the Jupiter turning direct and inching towards your 4th house, and it's the exaltation place. So you will make a good chunk of money also. Okay, so positive time period for you guys. So enjoy, but learn more, upskill yourself. Okay, coming to the next one, that is Taurus. So for Taurus natives, that is ascendant, moon, or dasha sign wise, as you know, always take dasha also into consideration. So for Taurus natives, this week moon is going to be in your 7th, 8th and 9th houses. So relationship intensity, don't control, communicate cleanly, and also make sure that you have a very emotional conversations rather than suspicious conversations with others, because you tend to become suspicious when moon is debilitated in your 7th house in transit. So you need to be keeping a constant check on your emotions also. And as regards to your health and your legal matters is concerned, this might just be bringing about some closure. There can be some negotiations that you'll be taking up, or maybe you might just be signing some documents and agreements also. Seventh house transit is also considered to be good for this moon. One of the best placements for moon, though it is debilitated, but it is good for learning ancient shastras and ancient texts. If you're inclined to, you get good food, you get good clothes to wear, you might just meet someone important and significant during this time. You might just be traveling, because moon is a traveler in the seventh house. It might just take you away from where you are, maybe for work, or maybe for some discussions. Some delegate is here, so you're going to be entertaining them, or some kind of meetings, or maybe you'll be taking your family out for dinner also, quite likely. So you have to see that this ninth and the 10th, you use it really well. Okay. And in case you have to buy a vehicle or something, or property matters, you can also work on them, because Mars is the sign ruler of this Scorpio. So this is good for purchasing clothes, jewelry. If you want to, this is a good day. And of course, proposing someone if you want to. Then moon moves into your 8th house, and here Jupiter and Saturn are also aspecting. That is on the 11th, 12th and the 13th. So 8th house transit is not considered to be good, because it is the Chandra Ashtama, and moon here is it can give you health issues, can give you documentation issues, or maybe you have to, maybe if you have to maybe sign some documents, etc., or anything to do with your planning of your journeys, etc. So this might just give you some hiccups. Take care of your health, especially it can give you bad stomach health issues like cough, cold, etc. Some inflammation can be there, digestive disorder can be there. So eat right. Thankfully, Jupiter is looking here, the ruler of the 8th house, and is direct also. So this will protect you. It will minimize. And also, when moon is in the 8th house, you tend to become very suspicious kinds. So you need to take care of all these things, and you are good to go. And here Saturn is aspecting, Jupiter is also aspecting, so good for research oriented mindset. You might just learn something new during this time, and you will get to know where you stand in case you want to go in for any kind of research work, or if you have that mental frame. So you definitely are going to be successful. And this is where you should be you should avoid any kind of critical situation, wherein that it's going to lead to nowhere. So avoid. Okay. And any kind of legal matters, if you want to do any kind of tasks, you initiate anything, paperwork, etc., avoid. Okay. And then it is good for that clarity that you're looking for in the Sagittarius sign, but at the same time, mood swings happen, impulsive decision making happens, because it's a fiery sign and moon is in Gandanta also initially. So you need to take care from the water sign to the fiery sign whenever moon transits. It gives you that kind of emotional and practical transition also. So you have to pick and choose what you really want to do, what is your mental setup, rather than pushing things impulsively. Okay. So lie low, I would say. Then lastly, moon will be in your Capricorn sign in your 9th house. So this is like practical commitments, will come through. And this is also about on the 14th and the 15th, health or workload needs structure. Focus on routine, sleep, digestion. 9th house transit is not considered to be that great. But still, you do have that chance to rectify things. You can learn more. You can acquire knowledge. You can travel, and you can also be more spiritually inclined during this day. Maybe visiting a religious place, meditating. All those things can work. And also, this gives temptation towards physical relationship also. So you might just have that issue. Maybe too much of lust comes in. Also, this is good for maybe switching your job. This is loss of job house. So when moon transits here, your mind is running towards that side. I don't want to work here, I want to quit. So some impulsive decision making can come through. but be careful, because then you might just regret later, why did I do it? Because then moon moves into your 10th house also, no, after 2 quarter days. So you must be in that frame of mind today, where you don't make impulsive decisions, stay calm. Also, this is a good time for happiness. If you want to travel somewhere, if you want to acquire knowledge, or you want to maybe meet the delegate was here, meetings can be there. Also, you might just read some spiritual or classic text on this day. And of course, travels, long distance journeys are quite likely. And don't get into any kind of litigation, legal matters, avoid. And take care of your father's health also, or connect with him. So this is what the week looks like. Jupiter is turning direct, definitely very positive for you guys for finances, because Jupiter rules your 11th house also. So fulfillment of desires will start moving towards your your life direction, is going to be getting better with Jupiter. After 12 years is going to get direct in the Gemini sign, and it's going to be inching towards the Cancer sign. He's Ucha Bilashi, so it's definitely a good thing which is happening. And being the 8th lord, generally I say that when 8th lord turns direct, it is not that great, but it is after all Jupiter which is turning direct. So it is going to be giving the result of your 11th house also. So make sure that you don't become too much into too much into desires and wishes and fulfillment of that joy, and let Jupiter give it to you, rather than just craving for it. That is what Jupiter's grace is. And as I said, in today's short video, that don't have that that in the gossip mode, and don't be in that, and don't talk behind the scenes, or don't comment which is like bullying comments on the social media. So that is bad Jupiter. Okay, so take good care. Sun is also leaving your 10th house and going to be in the 11th. Is a good transit for you, connecting with the government officials, authorities, signing some documents and agreements. That is a very good time period. You will gain that confidence also. And of course, it's going to be in the Pisces sign ruled by Jupiter, and the dispositor lord is getting direct. So it is going to be direct before Sun transit. So it's definitely positive for you guys. Okay. And Mars and Rahu will be exactly conjunct. So this is something which you have to take care, don't pick up on anybody at the workplace. You might just lose your temper with your bosses or with your co-workers, why they are not, there can be frustrating phases also. So you need to stay calm, rather than, getting carried away and make, impulsive decisions of resigning and, I don't want to work here, or just retaliating in public. So that is something you need to work on, because Rahu is obsessive and expansive, and Mars is action and impulse also, anger also. So this might just give you verbal communication, which is really, really sharp and blunt and straightforward, and it can lead to consequences. So be careful, be watchful. I always tell you, when Rahu Mars are together, the sky is not that favorable. So lie low. Okay. Recite Hanuman Chalisa. That's the best thing. Coming to the next one, that is Gemini. So for Gemini natives, this week moon is going to be transiting your 6th, 7th and 8th houses. See, 6th house transit is good. 7th house transit is okayish. I will not say it's bad. But yes, the best transit would be 1st house, 3rd house, 6th house and 10th house and 11th house. Now, when moon is going to be on the 9th and the 10th in your 6th house, so there is a lot of work pressure, but it is considered to be good. Why? Because you become very nurturing kinds. You will be able to connect with your people or your family, or maybe, your co-workers. You're very productive. Okay, so 9th and the 10th, you can utilize it really well, because this is where, you'll be able to overcome the competitors or your hidden enemies also. You must also document everything on the 9th and the 10th in case you have to sign something, or if somebody is saying something. So I think you should make sure that you have everything in record. And also you achieve success and gain that those your bosses will be acknowledging your work also, and of course your expenditure tends to fluctuate on this day. So this is a good time to defeat your enemies and competitors, though investments also turn out to be profitable. Maybe you will enjoy good time with your partner. It is that way positive, and of course this will give you that momentum, because Jupiter is right opposite when moon moves into your 7th house. So again, we are moving into the right kind of transit on the 11th to the 13th when moon is in the 7th house. So major momentum returns to you, and visibility, confidence. Maybe you will be meeting someone important, significant during this time, and also maybe you might sign some agreements and documents in the 7th house. It is also good for foreign deals. Maybe you will start something new, some new business, and foreign associations, and love and romance might increase. It's a good transit when moon is in the 7th house. You enjoy a healthy and a happy relationship with your partner. Income also shoots up in this time, and also social life improves. You can buy some jewelry, some clothes, and it's definitely going to be a very positive. No, it is not a pathetic week, because Jupiter is turning direct. So please don't comment. Don't spoil your Jupiter. I always say, don't write these words. It's pathetic, I'm suffering, it's problematic, I'm having a lot of pain. All these vocabulary you should change to, okay, this day was not that great, but it will be better tomorrow. So change your vocabulary towards positive, and you definitely pick and choose your words, because you are inviting those energies even more in your life. So don't use negative words, use positive words. That's what I can say. So you will achieve your success for whatever you are putting the effort into. You are going to be an achiever. And also this is a good time period for because Mercury is retrograde, your Lagnesh is retrograde. You need to be little careful about your speech. You should just watch out. And also with your father, or with the people who are very important in your life, you should just be careful that you don't hurt them. And also some communication mistakes can turn really bad later, so be watchful. But it is definitely very positive time period with Jupiter turning direct and looking at this Mercury, also the Lord of Gemini sign. So it is going to be very good for visibility, for confidence, and your network will improve. Okay. So 11 to the 13th, 11 to the 13th, it's a good time period for you guys. And work routines and health will become very important this week during this time. Mars and Rahu will be closely conjunct though in the 9th house, so they may create some kind of conflict at the workplace. So the best thing that you can do is stay calm. See, when you know that if we put our hand in the flame, which is a burning flame, so it will burn. So when you know it, I think you can just avert that burning. So don't put the finger in the fire, and just relax, stay calm, at least for this week. Just maintain that cool. Thankfully, don't worry, thankfully Jupiter is turning direct for you in the 1st house. It is going to help you. Now people will say Jupiter is there's a Kendra Adhipatya yoga, and Jupiter is not a friendly graha to Mercury. But Jupiter is wisdom after all. It can give you weight gain, it can give you ego bloated, but you need to see the positives. It can give you overall happiness also. Whatever said and done, Jupiter is in the 1st house. It's not 100% good, but it is not 100% bad either. Okay, so we have to see the Jupiter direct in a positive light. It is good for your students, it's good for children, it's good for your relationship with others, with your bosses and seniors, with your partner. Why not see it in that light? It's good for your financial growth also, by the way. So you can see, it's just that you have to keep your ego under check. That's it. Okay, because the guru needs that respect, remember. So if the guru gets that respect, he's satisfied. And if you are giving any kind of unsolicited advice to someone, avoid that. That is what Jupiter in the 1st house. And of course, eat right, because you can gain weight. Don't have sweets, don't feast on the sweets. Okay, and 14th and the 15th moon is going to be in your 8th house. Now 14th, 15th and 16th also though, but when moon is in the 8th house, remember, it does give you some kind of irritability, mood swings happen, suspicion, fear, trauma. You go through something or the other which is not that favorable. So, what happens basically, this is the exit of whatever you eat, this area, this zone. So, get into the research mode, eat right, sleep on time, follow a structured routine, then this will give you good results. Okay, so you do have a free will, so why not use it that way? So if you follow the right kind of advice, you are good to go. Eighth house, don't get into any kind of argument, don't invest blindly, don't take stress pills, avoid, have more water, speak softly, don't get anxious because of the insecurities and the fear that you're going through during this time, avoid travels and careless driving during this time. So you're good to go, isn't it? So when we talk about the kind of transits which are happening, just avoid conflicts at the workplace, double check your emails and documents, and you're sorted. All right, so this is what the week looks like for you guys. Coming to the next one, that is Cancer. So for Cancer natives, this week Moon is going to be transiting your 5th, 6th and 7th houses. So this is where, you're going to be very creative, but the energy returns after emotional turbulence, that kind of a start of the week. So when we talk about the 9th and the 10th, it's going to be transiting your 5th house. So children, creativity, ideas, and high, but emotions, emotionally you will be very high, and it is also about entertainment, so you might just be going in for some hobby you'll be pursuing, and you will be meeting someone on this day, who's very romantic, or maybe you'll be connecting with your children, or the children need your advice and help, so you might just be a guiding light on this day. See, Moon is debilitated, not to forget that, in the 5th house here. So it can create some kind of chaos in relationship also. Maybe you're in the existing relationship. It could be with your kids, it could be with your romantic partner. So you need to avoid any kind of dispute during this time, because 5th house transit is not considered to be good for Moon, because here it's ruled by Sun, and Moon is sort of combust, and it's debilitated also to top it all. So it gives you some health issues, it gives you some kind of issues in your relationship. There can be loss of status also, because it's 8th from the 10th. So maybe your something is stolen away, or some position is stolen away, or I would say taken away from you. You did not expect that to happen when Moon is in the 5th house. It also gives you that you have to perform really hard and well at the workplace. You have to prove yourself. So it can be little tough day for you. So just relax. 9th and the 10th, you might just be having a lot of work or lots on your plate. So you need to strike a balance here also. 5th house, being the ruler of the Lagnesh is going to be in the 5th house. No? So it is going to be impacting on your digestive system. So eat right and you're good to go. And anything related to, speculation, you expected profits and it did not materialize. So it could be because of that also, that stress can be there. So you need to be really careful about all these energies. Please take up the membership program. It's not very expensive if you really want your comments to be heard and responded instantly. Though I will be doing this, I will be taking up the questions towards the end maybe, but if any member comes in, so I will take up the questions after one sign reading. So take care of your mental stress, take care of your digestive issues if you're feeling, and maybe there is lack of guidance, you're not able to decide what is to be done. So that kind of a thing happens. And of course, Moon is going to be in your 6th house, so this is a good transit for you in case you have to make any decisions regards to your travels, work, litigation. So you can be doing that. 6th house transit is good for overall productivity, success, fame, or maybe you will get some kind of peace at home also. Purchase of property, etc. also you can, and there can be some kind of expenditure during this time. Maybe some digestive trouble can happen. Maybe you ate something wrong and you can have some digestive trouble, but it is a good transit for defeating or overcoming your fears and competitors. So this is that way a very positive time period. 6th house is about about your licensing work. Maybe you will connect with your uncle, your aunt, or maybe somebody at the workplace, your bosses, co-workers, and you will get that kind of good feedback, or maybe you will be having a good chemistry and bonding with them. You might just be a nurturing one. You might just take care of your body. You might just go for some health check, or maybe you start a fitness regime on this day. So either or maybe you have to seek help and advice from the doctor. So this is a good day if you want to start any treatment, medical treatment or medicines. So you can do it on the 11th and the 13th to the 13th. Then moon moves into your 7th house on the 14th and the 15th. That is, 7th house is about pleasure, and maybe multiple sources pleasure you get. Also you eat right, eat well, and definitely you might just be having some delicious foods, and you might just travel, you might wear good clothes, new clothes, you might just connect with your loved ones. And also it is good for your relationship with your partner, or maybe you'll propose someone, and this is good for your social life, and maybe your friend circle increases. So you might just meet so many people on this day, and your social life increases and gets better. And also this is good for achieving success in your endeavors. You will be appreciated. Sometimes I've seen when somebody receives an award, suppose some accolades, so it is the 7th house moon that day. So it might just be that day when you get the accolades. Okay, so thank you so much for writing that. So this is what your health graph is going to get better. And maybe you just get into any kind of partnership, and partnership requires maturity. Pluto is there, so you might just be discussing your projects, commitment talks, some boundary setting. Okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, so you're discussing you're negotiating this day. So make the best use of this. I'm sure you will be good to go. And anything that you are planning already with this Jupiter getting direct, so it is very positive, because you definitely are going to be getting better with every passing day in your expenditures, in your savings, because you have been really working hard on your savings. If you are in the foreign land, this is going to be really good for you. Jupiter direct is going to help you prosper, and those expenditures will be plugged. So be rest assured, but avoid emotional spending also this week, when moon is right opposite Jupiter and Saturn is aspecting also. Otherwise it is good for your travels, good for foreign land stay, and it is going to be positive for you overall also. So make sure that you are following the right kind of people and right kind of advice. Okay, coming to the next one, that is Leo. All right, so for Leo natives, this week moon is going to be transiting your 4th, 5th, 6th houses. Sorry, 4th, 5th and 6th houses. Yes. So 4th house is home, family. Family matters will be really important to you. You traveled and you've come back home and you want to rest, or maybe you're working from home. There is some attention required at the home front, maybe some breakage is there, so you need to focus on that. Or maybe you have to get it repaired, or maybe you are renovating your place. You're connecting with your childhood friends, there's a party at home, so you can see all that happening, either or, when you're talking about the 4th house affairs. And also 9th and the 10th, you're going to be very emotionally attached with your family members, or it's an emotional detox time also, either or. And also 4th house is 4, 8, 12 houses, these are very emotional houses. So whenever moon is in the 4th house, it's not considered to be a good transit, though it is its own zone. But you feel that there is lack of peace, because you are too overwhelmed, or you're doing too many things on at a time. Or maybe there's an argument with your family and you feel a little uneasy because of that also. You can have some stomach pain, dysentery or diarrhea or something, so you need to be careful about the stomach region and the lungs region, breathing, respiratory, when moon is debilitated. So you need to take care of that, and money should not be wasted. Just make sure that you are having a pinpointed approach. Okay, I need to spend so and so money on my house renovation. I'm not going to be going overboard. All the work and endeavors that you're putting might take little extra time. So this might be a frustrating day, a ninth and the 10th. Then moon moves into your fifth house, and that is on the 11th to the 13th. So it is not considered to be that great also. So like a mixed day, I would say, because you might just feel that you need to unwind, you need to really relax, you need to work on yourself. So that is what you will be looking forward to. And this is also the time when you can maybe join some activity, some entertainment, yoga, dance, anything that you like doing. So you can do it on the 11th to the 13th. And communication, of course, improves with your partner, and this is going to be positive for your connection with your kids also. Take care of your children, because Saturn is also looking here. There's a distant relationship, cold relationship, so Jupiter turning direct will help you with that. And also don't feel too emotionally heavy, because you might just have an argument with your partner, and then you say, no, I don't want this relationship. All of a sudden you want to back off. So that is something you need to work on, because you cannot just write off a relationship on one argument. Don't do that. Just give it some time. It's just a day, just a matter of a day or two, then you'll be fine. Okay. And take care of your kids also. Why? Because you might feel emotional, or they might feel emotionally heavy, so you need to be by their side. Okay, because moon is going to be in Gandanta also, no, on the 11th. On the 11th it is going to be in Gandanta, so there's a transition also happening. So this might just give you that heaviness, but at the same time you're very practical. Your ex relationship also, you have to be really cautious, because ex relationship also can trigger. So that is something you have to be very careful about. So towards the end of the week, that is 14th and the 15th, moon is going to be in your 6th house. 6th house transit is considered to be good for competition, good for focus on your work, structured routine job. You will be aligning everything well. You want to go to the doctor, you want to take care of your health, you want to start a medical treatment, or you want to be more productive. You have so much that you need to be very systematic. So this is the time when you will be systematic. Work discipline brings gains, and of course don't fight authority, work smart. This is what is the advice that I can give you. And 6th house transit any which ways is good for your mental peace, domestic happiness, purchase of property, purchase of vehicle, overcoming the enemies and competitors, and obviously it is good for your investment gains also. So this is definitely very positive, and you will enjoy a lot of time with your family and friends and uncles, aunts, or maybe your partner also. Okay, so this is what the week looks like. And to top it all, we have Jupiter turning direct in your 11th house. Good for your family connectivity, good for marriage, good for relationship, good for communication, good for travels, good for writing, good for your connecting with your bosses and all, and resolving things in case you were going through something. Now you're going to be, after reviewing everything, going forward. It's like you're moving inching towards the exaltation place. So in case you're in the foreign land, you will definitely receive that those relief will be coming, in case you're waiting for some visa or something. So this is going to be triggering all of that also. Okay, so enjoy. I think this is a good week. Rahu Mars will be together, so just lie low on the 13th and the 14th. Don't lose your temper, don't lose your cool. Be patient. Okay, and don't make any hasty decisions regards to your property matters also. Maybe there will be some documentation issue which can come up. And your Dhanabhava ruler, that is wealth giving planet, is Mercury, which is retrograde. So take it easy on your investment part also. Don't just jump into it because you have to for the heck of it. Others are doing, so let me also do it. Don't ever do that, because this is not the time. Market is going to be very volatile with Rahu and Mars conjunction also in the 11th sign after all. So this is the sign of investments also. It is the Kumbha. So save your Kumbha, save your money, save your savings and your finances during this week especially. Okay, coming to the next one, that is Virgo. So for Virgo natives, this week moon is going to be in your third, fourth, and fifth houses. So this is definitely a very positive time period to start with. In the third house, moon is considered to be good. So good for communication, good for travels. You might just be going for some meetings, meeting with important people. You might just be going in for some writing, teaching, sales, marketing, social media. So collaborations, all that is good. And obviously money clarity also comes back, where to invest, what to do, all that is also going to trigger. And third house transit is very positive for communication, for your relationship with your siblings, friends. So this is definitely very positive time for you, and you might just connect with your bosses and seniors in such a manner that they agree upon whatever your terms or whatever your ideas are, so you will be appreciated. And also third house is good for writing, good for learning something or imparting your knowledge. So this is a communication house after all, but it is internal. So the core group of yours, you'll be connecting with. This is a good time for in case you have to sell off your property. So 9th and the 10th you can do that. And also, though Mercury is retrograde, so Lagnesh is retrograde, take it easy. Status quo, I would say, just take it easy in respects to your investments, planning, etc. Travel plans also, just make sure that you're not just jumping into it, that I have to do it now, I'm fed up, I want a break. So just relax till 21st at least. Don't try to venture into or adventure, I would say. Okay. Jupiter is turning direct, which is definitely very positive for you, for name, fame, accolades, and any stuck up jobs. You will definitely get that momentum. But moon is going to be in your fourth house also this week, that is 11th to the 13th. So this is where you might just have some kind of status quo kind of a situation at the workplace. You are trying to finish the task, but it is not moving. So you might just feel a little uneasy because things are not moving the way you wish to. You have been traveling, you've come home, so you are not relaxing, but you have too much of pressure. I have to do this, I have to do that. You have to perform your duties also, after all, apart from working at the workplace. So you need to focus on things which are broken. Renovation is going on, you have to spend time. Some money outflow can also happen, but take it easy. Don't overspend. If you have to spend $10 and the thing can be worked out in $5, so I think you should save those five first. And also in the fourth house, don't get into any kind of investments. You might just incur some losses on this day, so take it easy. You might just have, especially the maternal side, may cause some trouble, or maybe your mother is unwell, so you have to take her to the hospital or something. Health might just give you some indigestion issue, chest or lungs related issue can happen. So take good care of all these areas of life, and you're good to go on the 11th and the 12th and the 13th. Then 14th, 15th, creativity stabilizes when moon transits your fifth house. Focus on practical output and not perfectionism. Also, Capricorn moon will help you organize everything, plan everything well. Creativity might increase. And also, overthinking habits, you should just work on. You can be little you can get carried away in relationship. You can have an argument and you can break away from the relationship. So just take it easy. This is a good day to unwind, to get into that that activity that you love doing. So in case you have to join some sport activity, this is a good day. Okay. If you want to start any kind of relationship, you can propose that person. Okay, you're dating. And this is a good time for reconciling with your ex relationship also. But be practical, avoid overthinking, and you're good to go. Also, when we talk about the fifth house transit, it is not considered to be good, in the as we say in the classic text, it can give you enemies, or it can give you health issues. Though it is 12th from the 6th, it can give you recovery from the health issues. But in the classic text, it's said that you suffer with worries, and you suffer with the wife suffer with abortion. It's mentioned that way. though I don't want to use this, it's just the way they used to write. It used to be very harsh also. So it can give you obstruction, accident. That is what in the classic text is mentioned. It can give you digestive trouble. It can give you loss of status. So just read between lines. Whatever is there, it cannot be 100% true or 100% matching with you. It could be that you can have some issues with your children, or children are unwell. You're just catering to them, you're listening to them, then require your presence. So these are the things you can just correlate with the classic text. So in case you have had any breakup in relationship in the past, so it might just come back, or you can be very uneasy because of that also, because you're currently in a relationship and then the ex relationship also comes in. So there's a confused state of mind, or there is a uneasiness, or some kind of a mind boggling kind of a situation can happen, that what should I do, and you're in a fix. So take it easy, just don't take it too heavy. 2 days are a little heavier, so you need to be practical. Don't think emotionally when moon is in the 5th house. Any which ways, it's a practical sign of Capricorn, Saturn sign. So you need to be a little careful about these things also. Okay, Jupiter is turning direct. As I said, it's a good transit. Mars and Rahu are going to be exactly conjunct. You have to take care of your health and don't get into any kind of litigation during this time. It's a good time for competitive success, but this can bring about some issues in your documentation or health also. Just give me a moment. So you need to take care of all these things. And Sun is going to be transitioning from your 6th house to the 7th. Not a good transit, because Sun in the 6th house does well, but there's a but here, because Sun is with Rahu right now, and Sun will be in your 7th house with Saturn. Saturn is Digbali, so it is good for your connectivity with others. You will give up your ego, and you will have that practical approach towards everything, and you will definitely be taking care of your people in and around you, whosoever is. So you are definitely in a positive space when Sun is transiting your 7th house. Good for travels, good for business. Any kind of business proposal you get, you will be reviewing, you'll be negotiating well. So use it well, I would say. Okay, coming to the next one, that is Libra. And there's a question from Libra, and that's a member, so I will have to honor. Okay, so for Libra natives, this week moon is going to be transiting from your 2nd house to the 3rd, and then to the 4th house. So 2nd house transit is considered to be a little uneasy transit of moon, though moon exalts here, but it is, as per the classic text, it's where your comforts and peace is missing when moon is here. So it is reduced. It's said that income, family comforts, peace of mind gets reduced. Wife and children may suffer from illness. There can be fear of imprisonment and many kinds of miseries, or you will meet failures and all this. So you see, it's not all like that. You need to be really, in today's era, you need to take care of your finances. You have to plan your budget. You need to be careful in handling your finances well. 2nd house transit is about no impulsive shopping, no impulsive buys or investments. Take good care of your diet also. Eat right. I think you're good to go. And also, your colleagues do not render much support during this time period also, because it's 5th from the 10th house also. So you should refrain from picking up any kind of fights or starting any kind of arguments during this time. Then you are good to go. And as it is debilitated also, so take care of your eye region, eyesight, eye, face. Financial hiccups can be there. This is not a very good time to travel also. Reconcile with your family members in case you have been having some issues with them. Then moon moves into your 3rd house, and 3rd house is definitely very good. It gives you a lot of courage to make decisions, good to connect with your siblings, your friends. It's good for healthy relationships also. You might just pick up any sports activity. Moon is going to be in Gandanta, so you're going to be very practical, and your friends, relatives, siblings, they will support you. And this is good for PR, visa, etc. also. In case you have to go in for that, you can do it on this day. If you have to plan any journeys, so you can just do it on this day. You can book your tickets, etc. Itinerary plan you can do also. Though Mercury is retrograde, so just take things easy, because it's your 9th and the 12th lord. So traveling, I would say, just think about it. So if you can pick and choose a Mahurata, well and good. If you can't, then at least leave before the sunrise, if your house, in case you have a flight in the evening also, if you can just leave your house in the morning and stay somewhere else. So that is going to avert any kind of problem because of this Mercury retrogression. It delays it, flights get diverted, people go through a lot of issues in the itinerary back and forth, or maybe your some kind of loss or theft happens. Sorry to say that, but yeah, Mercury retrogression is not that great for travels during this time. In case you have to start any education plan also, we say that don't choose Mercury retrograde time period. But 11th March onwards, Jupiter is turning direct, so it is going to minimize the negative impact of this. And also, when Moon is in your third house, you can maybe plan your investments well. You can go for presentation, you can do any kind of learning, teaching, writing. All these skills also you can enhance in the third house. You might just get some reward from your seniors and bosses. Your relationship with them will be very cordial. You'll be discussing some bigger things for the future, and the ideas that you have already, so you will be discussing all of that as well. Then we have Moon transiting through your fourth house. Fourth house is it actually hampers your progress, or mental, emotionally you feel very weak. You have traveled, you've come home, you want to relax, you're not able to, you're in a turmoilful, or turmoil, it is little turmoilful situation at the home front. Maybe there's a lot of work that you have to cater to. You have to fix the breakage and the leakage which is happening, so you need to be taking care. You can have some indigestion. You've traveled, you have to take care of your stomach or your lungs, or maybe there is some respiratory issue that you can have. This is the time when you should actually work with your family, and figure it out, that how you can settle things better, rather than just escaping from that. And there can be some calculation mistakes which can cause some issues also, because of the Mercury retrogression as well. So you are discussing something, they're saying something, you are listening something, so there can be some misinterpretation or some miscommunication, or misunderstanding can come up within the family members. So focus on your home and family environment, I would say. Maybe connect with your childhood friends, call them over. So this is that kind. If you have to make any kind of decisions regards to your paperwork, regards to your vehicle, regards to your real estate matters, so handle systematically, because Sun and Saturn also ask for patience. They are going to be together in your sixth house. This is good for your health. Any kind of health issues if you are experiencing, this will give you some relief also, undoubtedly. And avoid impulsive purchases this week. That's what I can say with the fourth house transit of this. And Jupiter turning direct is good for your for your own health, for your father's health, for signing any kind of documents, waiting for PR, etc. So you might just get it. Some kind of visa that you were waiting for with Jupiter direct, you will definitely be successful. Okay, good for progeny, childbirth, and it is definitely very positive for the ones who are pursuing their studies, and good for connecting with the Guru. Okay, with Jupiter turning direct. Now I'm taking up this question, dream big. Ma'am, Libra ascendant, Rahu in the first house, okay, Mars in the 11th, and Ketu is transiting there. Venus and Guru are in the second house. Saturn is in the 5th. So Mercury is in the 10th house. Please suggest. No, I cannot I cannot suggest what you should be doing with the trading, because Ketu is there in your in the 5th sign of the natural zodiac also, and it is in the 11th house of yours. So whatever you will invest during this time period, especially when Mercury is retrograde, it is a loss kind of a situation. You have to be very careful. Any which ways Ketu is there, it is going to trigger losses only. Even if you are making money, you will see that you will lose that money instantly or later. So this Ketu transit is not considered to be good in the 11th house for Libra natives for investment purpose. Okay, it is very, very difficult to describe trading. I don't touch that topic at all. I will just see, I can give you the overview. Okay, because there are so many other horoscopes needed, there are so many companies involved, there are so many other parameters involved. So when we see that, okay, Libra right now has a Rahu in the 5th house, you will be obsessive, you will be obsessive about relationship, you will be obsessive about investments. But what is the outcome? That is Ketu. So Ketu will physically impact you because it is the physical aspect. Mentally, Rahu, we have to check the, oh, I think it got disconnected. Okay, we'll come back. So you need to be careful, and you should get your thing checked, because what dasha you're in, what kind of D10 chart you have, we have to see multiple things to get the get those yoga of making money out of speculation or trading. Okay, so if you are into trading, you must be really careful. I hope I responded it well. I mean, whatever you want to do. Okay, so coming to the next one, that is Scorpio. So for Scorpio natives, this week Moon is going to be in your 1st, 2nd and the 3rd houses. So 1st house is considered to be good for Moon because the cycle begins now. So this is good for satisfaction level. It's good for nurturing. It's good for, positivity. You will get those rewards. You will start the cycle again. So it's like, you're initiating now something which you could not, or maybe you've planned already when Moon was in the 12th house. Now you can take it forward. So 9th and the 10th are very good dates, to get that emotional satisfaction for whatever you do. Love is in the air, and you will get into the romantic hue. You will get a lot of respect, recognition. Health is better. Good for marriage prospects in case you're single. This is good for your non-conflict transformation, I would say. You will be in that mode, of research or something where, you are going to be into that transformation mode. And also this is good for, otherwise when Moon is in the 1st house, it is about mood swings. You will have a lot of mood swings also. So you need to keep a constant check and don't make impulsive decisions. And also, emotions may feel very intense. So you need to work on these areas. I'm sure you will be able to release those grudges and pardon those people when Moon is in the 1st house, and you're good to go. Then Moon moves into your 2nd house. 2nd house transit is not considered to be that great. You can eat something from outside, you can have some digestive trouble, you can experience some kind of unhappiness. Some event happens that gives you some kind of irritability, because Moon is only going to give good results when it is transiting the 1st house, 3rd house, 6th house, 7th house and 10th house and 11th house. So rest of the house, it's not considered to be good, no? So there can be some kind of frustration. Why the expenditures are so high? Why am I wasting so much of money? Why people are not giving me back my money I'm asking for? So these things will happen when Moon is in the 2nd house. Eye trouble happens, or maybe you are not able to eat right, dental issues happen. So you have to take care of this. This is not the good time to travel also. Avoid. And also, as regards to the classic text, it said that there can be some kind of issues in your digestion. You can have lack of peace, and your wife can have some issues. You can have some you're putting in the effort but you're not getting the results, or the endeavors and mental happiness is reduced, whatever you're doing. So failures in endeavors, I would say. So this is what is the classic text it says. So you have to see that you maintain cordiality with your own people, plan your budget. Don't do expenditure to show others that I have so much money. just showing off. Nowadays people have stopped doing that. Earlier times when we were there, we used to have this a lot. We used to hear this a lot, that oh, somebody's coming, so let's buy the new crockery, let's put the new bed cover, all that. We do it for ourselves. Earlier times, there was no such exposure also to the products that we can buy now. So we had very limited options. Now there are innumerous options. So people have lost that interest. Even the low class, anybody who cannot even afford much, is having a good living, is having a good clean environment to stay. Earlier times it never used to be. Yeah. So this is what is when it's in the second house, you do feel that you have to maintain that that cleanliness, and you need to work on your upkeep, and you need to do it for yourself rather than doing it for others. Okay. And there can be some unwanted uncalled for fears. It's like insecurity about your finances that you can feel, or maybe your finances are depleting, so you're feeling very uneasy this day. So make sure that you are not getting carried away and doing expenditures on things that you really don't want. So if you can just defer it, all the more better. Then moon moves into your third house on the 14th and the 15th in the Capricorn sign. Third house is considered to be good, for mental peace, for happiness, overall growth, travels, communication, PR, visa. Also, it is good for confidence. You might just your brothers, your siblings will be successful. They will be doing well. So you're going to be helping them out also. You'll be guiding them. So money will be coming in from different sources. When moon is here, it's considered to be good for investments, if you can do it on this day. Especially if you don't have a Rahu or Ketu there. So you can do it. And you definitely have that confidence, that yes, I can do it. So that is something which will be a start of a new, it is going to start something, very new and fresh and different for you. And also, in the third house, rest also, maybe you will be doing some kind of sport activity on this day. As it is, it's this ninth lord in the third house. So you might just be traveling for some purpose, maybe a religious, spiritual retreat you can take also. Don't overshare your plans. That's what I can say for Scorpio natives. If you really want that kind of, success and that kind of elevation. Jupiter is turning direct in your 8th house, definitely very positive, because it's inching towards its exaltation place. So give it some time. It is not that great initially, but it will gain momentum and it will give you good results gradually. And also, Sun is going to be leaving your 4th house and will be transiting your 5th house, which is good for your self-growth. You will be able to maintain cordiality with your own people, with your kids, and you will be having some good relationship with your seniors and bosses also. It can elevate you in your professional career also, and it can also give, Sun transit is only good in 3, 6 and 10 and 11 houses only. So when it is transiting the 5th house, it can give you ego clashes with your partner in relationships. You want to be creative, but something is amiss because of Saturn there. You have to be practical rather than being into the egoistical you. You have to be practical. You have to design everything. You have to do things well, meticulously planned, in a planned manner, and you're good to go. Okay. And Rahu and Mars will be together in your 4th house, closely conjunct. This is the only time on the 13th and the 14th they'll be at the same degrees. So in case you have any kind of issues with your relationship with your maternal side, or maybe with your mom, or your mom is not well, so you need to take good care and extra care on these 2 days especially. Also, not a good time to sign any agreements and documents in regards to your property matters, vehicles. So just take care of all this, and just take things easy. Give it some time, I would say, and you will see things moving in the forward direction. When Mars transits and crosses this Rahu, things will start getting better. For the whole world, it will start getting better. Okay, this is a volatile conjunction. Thankfully, Sun is leaving here, so at least the authorities will get that sane mind. Okay, so financial discipline is required, good plan for investments is required, recharge, rest, and money discussions will also improve during this week. All right. So fourth house transit is little uneasy, next week, because moon will be here in your fourth house. So just sharing with you beforehand that, don't lose your temper and cool, and maybe, your expenditures might shoot up the upcoming week, the beginning of the week. So just sit tight on your funds right now. Okay. Coming to the next one, that is Sagittarius. So for Sagittarius natives, this week moon is going to be transiting your 12th, 1st and 2nd house. So when moon is in your 12th house, it is the end of the cycle. So 12th house transit is considered to be, for that reason, very uncomfortable one, because you're thinking too much. You're in that isolation zone, or maybe you are overworked, you're tired, you want to retreat, or you want to go for a spa treatment or something. You want to be in your shell on the 9th and the 10th, and you want to work on yourself very much. You want to do things where you can maybe upskill yourself. Maybe you're in that, whenever you're in isolation, then me time, you're working on things which you have not been able to. So what is your quality? Maybe you will write a poem, you will journal, you will just be thinking of what happened, in the last 27 days, how I can improvise on myself. You are in that thinking mode. And also, you might just spend some money on yourself, okay, which is good, or maybe on gadget or purchasing something important. So it's an expenditure house. So it's better that you put that kind of expenditure rather than, your health falling, going down, or catering to someone in the hospital. So all the more better is that you spend on yourself some money. Maybe, you just take a spa, take a massage, take some, to go to a retreat or a religious place, travel somewhere to some place where, you feel little meditative. So this is what is the 12th house thing. And it is also the place where you feel vulnerable also. Don't let anybody take advantage of you when moon is in your 12th house. This is what, I always tell, that don't be vulnerable to, don't show your weaknesses to others. You can't trust anybody and everybody. I have seen very good friends also becoming, backstabbing and becoming your enemies. That kind of a situation also I've seen. Not for myself, I'm talking, I have very good friends, but yes, there are certain clients of mine, or maybe the people I know, certain people who are very close to me also, I've seen them, not listening to me. They've fallen into that ditch. But yeah, it is definitely very important to see to it that nobody is taking undue advantage of you. Okay, so don't confide each and everything in someone that you feel that you trust so much. That trust can also get broken. Sorry to say this, but it happens. It's not necessary that it's going to be happening with you only. It's just that you are spending some money on things which are really important, and you're sharing your thoughts and your vulnerabilities with someone you trust to the core. Okay, so be careful about your trust issues if you have any. Expenditures might increase. You have to check your balance. Illegal activities, you should be taking shady or illegal activities you should be staying away from on this day, especially. Maybe some known ones tell you to do this, or something which you did not even thought of doing, and you're asked to run. run away from that situation. Moon is going to be in your first house, and that's happening on the 11th to the 13th. And whenever moon is in the first house, the cycle begins. Maybe there was a presentation you were working on, and when moon was in the 12th house a couple of days back, and now you have to present that, or you are going to be lecturing someone, or maybe you are going to be traveling to some place. This is a good time for gains. This is good for emotional satisfaction. You might just take initiative and start something new, some new project or new association or new organization. You're working on yourself really well, and your efforts will be positive. You'll be recognized, you'll be appreciated. So all of that, either or can happen, and there is a good time for proposing someone or maybe meeting someone significant in your life. So this is a good time period. Good marriage prospects may open as well. Moon is going to be in your third house towards the end of the week, 14th and the 15th, in Capricorn sign. Second house transit is not considered to be good for a couple of reasons. This will give you some kind of issues in your relationship. It gives some strenuous relationship, or maybe there can be some kind of unhappiness that you go through. Expenditure is increasing. You're not able to work on your expenditures and savings, and you're feeling uncomfortable because of that. Plan your budget well and see to it that you're not spending on showing others that you have this kind of money. Okay, avoid doing that. And also maybe you can refrain from picking up arguments on this day. Also, maybe you have to go for some health check, or maybe you have some dental issue or eyesight issue that you have to work on. So take good care of this, and also avoid risky decisions on this day. And as regards to your financial discipline, you need to plan your investments really conservatively. Don't just get carried away because others are investing, so you are going to be investing as well. Don't do that. Okay, just mind your own work and your own business. You are good to go. And in the second house, connect with your family. Take their help, take their advice in case you're stuck. Also, Jupiter is getting direct this week. Good for marriage, good for alliances, good for negotiations, good for business. 7th house is getting triggered up. Definitely very positive. Good for travels also. Venus, Saturn and Sun will be in your 4th house. So this is like a mixed bag. Venus is Digbali here, so it's good for your aesthetics, your looks, your communication, etc. Relationship also. But Saturn and Sun here gives you, because Sun is losing Digbal, Saturn is here in the 4th house. It's not considered to be good. It gives you a lot of pressure. So this might just bring about a pressure at the place of work. Okay, workload is going to increase. You might just be having some issues to deal with at the home, on the home front also. So you need to be keeping your head in place, in center, so that you don't lose out on the significant things in life. So make your priorities, set your priorities, and then follow it. That's the advice I can give you. But yeah, it is considered to be that not that bad, but for property purchase, or maybe relationship with your mother, these can turn sour. So make sure that you are following the right kind of advice from the maybe your paternal or maternal aunt or uncle. They give you some advice which you don't take, and then it is you have to face the consequences. Ketu is there as it is in your 9th house, so you need to learn more, research mindset. So Mercury is retrograde, so 10th Lord is retrograde. So just maintain peace and calm at the place of work also. Don't get carried away in the verbal confrontation, and then it backfires. So you can have that a lack of cordiality and that kind of what do you call that kind of that kind of what do you call equilibrium, no, that kind of connectivity with your with your people at the place of work, co-workers. Okay, so maintain cordiality, things will be better. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, Jupiter remedy. Yeah, I was just coming back and I got a very bad comment, a very, very, very bad comment. You cannot even imagine. And it was on a video which was a very old video with somebody I had made. It was a collaboration. I was shocked with what kind of comment was that passed on that guest who had come on my channel. I was really shocked, and I said, like, I do see these are very common things. So I instantly thought that, oh, said to myself, this person's Jupiter is very bad. So that is how I just thought that I must give you this video, to make your life easier. So if you do practical remedies, if your sun is weak, you can always, have cordial relationships with your father, with your gurus, with your mentors, with your authoritative, authorities. And also, to maintain good relationship with your co-workers, subordinates. Saturn will improve. You should donate sweets to to those level, people who are working for you, your house help, your driver, or whoever is in your, there. So this is how you define the remedies, isn't it? So if you have bad relationship and your maid is not sticking around, so do remember your Saturn is afflicted or is weak, or you're not keeping your servants well, your help well. Okay, so improvise. Coming to the next one, that is Capricorn. All right. So for Capricorn natives, this week Moon is going to be transiting your 11th, 12th and 1st houses. Sun is going to be changing signs from the 2nd to the 3rd. Very good transit. Jupiter is getting direct. Very good transit again. So for Capricorn natives, something definitely is going to get right for you guys after ages. Though Saturn transiting through the 3rd house was not bad at all as compared to the 2nd house transit. So when Moon is on the 9th and the 10th in your 11th house, it's definitely very positive for you guys. It will yield profits. It's good for pay hike. Maybe you can ask for an increase in your pay. And also it will give you some stability in your mindset also. You might just be able to overcome the enemies, the competitors, and you will accomplish good things in life. So this Moon in the 11th house is definitely very positive, and you will be able to focus on your goals that you've set. You will be able to take the responsibility. You want to take charge of the group that you're leading, and social circles can also be very powerful and important in your life. They don't create any kind of drama, I would say. Just take it easy. Avoid power games, that politics and all. There are always two sides to the coin. So if any transit which is giving very good results has to give something bad also, remember. So not so good, not bad, but not so good, I would say. So if you are maintaining good social circles, so definitely it is going to be giving you some kind of drama also. So it is up to you how you want to take it in your life. Do you really want that drama to happen in your life, or you want very good maintain good cordial relationship with your friends? Okay, so Saturn, Rahu phase. Okay, I'll answer. So what is happening here? On the 11th and the 12th and the 13th, Moon is going to be in your 12th house. So work, health, you have to work on, and also, maybe some kind of training program you can take. But it is the 12th house after all. So the cycle is coming to an end. Whenever Moon is in the 12th house, I've seen there is some loss, some expenditure, some kind of uneasiness that you go through. So 11th to the 14th, you need to be really careful about your mental setup, and maybe you're working long hours, you're not able to spend a good time on yourself, the me time, or maybe, you're not eating food on time, you're having cold food. So, or you're traveling and you're having some problems while traveling. This is loss of self, basically. This is the house of loss of self. So what happens? Expenditure increases, or maybe somebody's in the hospital you have to cater to, or you're not well yourself, you have to spend money on your diagnosis, on your checkups, etc. So diagnosis will be done when Moon transits your 1st house. But in the 12th house, you need to be meditative, you need to relax, you need to retreat, because it's the house of isolation also, not to forget. So you might just be in that isolation zone, you might just be thinking of doing things for yourself. but you're not getting that kind of time. You want to be away from the commotion. You're working on a project, you're working long hours on a presentation, or you're working on some project that you have not been able to complete. So this is that kind of a house. So make sure that you are not overspending on things that you really don't want, and also not wasting your energies on frivolous issues. There can be hidden secrets or hidden agenda people, who can be actually who can be visible, who can come into the limelight also. Backstabbers, who are there at the place of work, you will be able to recognize them. Now, in the 12th house, you will be in that mode where you feel very uneasy because of some hidden secrets revelation. So this is that kind of a house, okay? So maintain that kind of equilibrium, you are good to go for sure. Moon moves into your first house. Now the cycle starts. It's not the now after the end of the cycle, now the new cycle begins this week for 27 days. So it is good for your health, it's good for your finances. The new cycle means you will be in that big reset mode, leadership skills, or some set structure which is going to be formed, or commitments have become very serious. You might just propose that person. Some relationship issues you were going through, you will be able to resolve them, reconcile. And also some new partnership business also you can start. You have those ideas. Maybe you have to resolve some issues at the place of work during this time. So you will get those breakthroughs now. Whenever you're in the fresh mind, it's like that. The fresh cycle has begun. So everything is so fresh. Okay. Mars and Rahu are going to be conjunct together in your second house. You have to be watchful about your expenditure part. You have to be careful when you're signing any agreements or deals. Also, friends and networks will influence you in a negative manner when Mars and Rahu are together in the second house. So be careful. You might just spend some chunk of money on them because they say that we'll give you back, or some stories they've cooked up and you give the money and then they don't return you back later. So just be careful during this time period. And also do not get carried away in your litigation, etc. Watch your tongue. Don't speak anything which can hurt others. You can be a little harsh on speech also. Take care of your digestion. Eat warm foods, hot foods. Okay, don't have very cold foods during this time. Also, Sun will be leaving the zone, will be transiting your towards the end of the week. Your third house, very good. Good for confidence, good for success, good for travels, good for connecting with the authorities and signing some documents, papers, etc. also. Mercury should get direct though, because Mercury is your ninth lord. So travels, luck lord, remember, is retrograde. So once it gets direct from the 20th or 21st of March, things will start falling in place. Jupiter is also turning direct, but it is going to take some time because it's in the 6th house. So it gives you a lot of health issues also, and a lot of bigger enemies. Jupiter is big. So bigger enemies, bigger competition, bigger health issues, but at the same time, it will give you cure also. It will give you that success also in litigation. It will give you that competitive success in your exams also. So all that, but you have to first be in that situation. It will give you that situation and then it will take you out of that situation also. That kind of a scenario is this Jupiter in the 6th house. All right, now Ketu is in the 8th, so take care of your health also. Now you see somebody has told that he or she, was terminated on Tuesday from a toxic job under politics. Saturn, Rahu phase. See, Saturn is transiting where? It is transiting in the 6th house. It's forming from the 10th house, 6-8 relationship. Okay. So this is something which is definitely going to be giving you some kind of issues at the workplace. Now, Lord of the 10th, Venus, is transiting where? It's exalted in your 6th house from 10th. So it gave you troubles there. Also, if you will see, Mercury is your luck lord, which is retrograde. And whenever you have issues at the place of work, your 6th house, your 10th house, your 2nd house, these and your 11th house also get afflicted. Okay, so this is what happened, and received severance, have a potential offer. See, You will get the job. I'm telling you, once Jupiter turns direct, things will start getting better, because Jupiter is going to be aspecting your 10th house also, it's going to be aspecting your second house also. So because it was looking at your second house, that's why you got chunk of money, that is severance also. So severance package, when you get severance, it is because of the second house, accumulation of wealth, chunk of money. So Jupiter is on the verge of getting direct, so it gave you that, but when it gets the momentum, you will get the job, don't worry. Okay, so relax. You should actually, when you are involved in when you are having this politics at the workplace, you should just not be party to it and take responsibility rather than blaming others. Okay, never ever blame others. You don't spoil your Jupiter, please. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is Aquarius. Okay. Okay. So for Aquarius natives, you have moon transiting through your 10th, 11th and 12th houses. So career development is quite likely for you guys. 10th house transit is definitely very positive because it brings rise in career. You might get a promotion. Yeah, I can understand. Relax. You will be fine. Don't worry. Everything will be fine. Just say thank you, God, for whatever you have. Because this person is really going through a lot. So I'm just telling this person, okay, relax. Okay, everything will be fine. Don't worry. Jupiter is turning direct. Everything will be fine. Now, you see, and you're in Saturn, Rahu also. So Rahu does give deviations and zigzag in life. So when we have this moon in the 10th house, sorry about this, when we have moon in the 10th house, remember, it is going to be giving you upliftment. Okay, you will be working very hard, you will finish off all the tasks, whatever is on your plate. You will be able to you are very productive also. You will get some offers also, some lucrative business offers, professional trips, meetings. You on the 9th and the 10th, you're very busy. Okay, but at the same time, you're mentally very stressed out because it is debilitated there. So you need to take the support of the people that you're working for with, because you cannot do it all alone. So you just have to be more compatible with others during this time, rather than expecting that compatibility or reciprocation from others. So you need to do it first. You have to take the first step. And it is a good period for accumulation of wealth also. And you can ask for your what do you call career promotion that you're waiting for. Okay, some incentive you will get also. And 9th and the 10th, there can be that your image is very sensitive, so you have to prove yourself. It is not going to be an easy task. So avoid public arguments. So because it is debilitated, so you need to keep your head in center, okay, on your shoulders. Think and just keep doing, rather than expecting the results from the other side. So just keep doing. You will definitely be you'll be successful. 11 to the 13th, moon is going to be in your 11th house. 11th house is very positive for investments. Saturn and Jupiter are also going to be looking here, and Jupiter is direct also. So good for basically parking your funds in the fixed deposits, I would say. Something like mutual funds or something where you know that I will get sure shot money in the future. So Jupiter definitely helps for collaborations, meeting people. 11th house is good for business, and business yields profits also. Good for recovery from your health issues in case you have been having any, because it's 6 from the 6th. You might just get very good support from your own circle that you're moving around in. Your friends, your family, your core circle, you will get that kind of support from them. Also, it is good for inner stability. You will be able to overcome your enemies. You will be able to get the success that you're waiting for. PR, visa, etc. also can trigger, and it's in your favor. And you might just start a new business setup also, with this Jupiter turning direct also. It's a major transit which is happening, no? So good for progeny, good for childbirth, good for creativity, good for learning more, upskilling yourself, etc., etc. Okay, connect with the guru, the right kind of guru. Moon will be in your 12th house on the 14th and the 15th. That is the end of the cycle. When moon is in the 12th house, you actually, get very much in that zone where, it's a me zone. It's like, you want to do things for yourself. You're working hard. Maybe you're working long hours. You're making some presentation. You're in the hospital catering to someone, helping someone to, just be by their side. Or maybe you're going to be going to a religious place or a NGO. NGO is where, you can connect with a community charitable institute also. So it's good. Expenditure should be cut down on in case you are having a lot of expenditure. So this is where you have to work on yourself. No, I don't need this, I need this. So you have to set your priorities. And traveling, it might just be a day when you have to travel, or there's a lot of expenditure on your gadget. Maybe you have to spend on your gadgets also. Health issues can happen, so just take care. And also this can bring about some clashes with your partner, with your siblings, or with your people at the workplace. So be careful about that. Don't be argumentative when moon is in the 12th house, because you do get jittery when moon is it's a loss of self. So you might just not be yourself. It's like that. Oh, I'm not like that. Why I behave like that? That kind of a situation you can come up with. So maintain a balance, equilibrium, and your respect and reputation, it's in your hand. So don't get carried away and give it away. Okay. So maintain that kind of dignity also. And don't get entrapped in any kind of unethical or illegal, or we can say shady activities also during this time. Okay. So that's the 12th house thing. And Rahu and Mars will be closely conjunct, as you know, on the 13th and the 14th. So you have to be very careful about sudden changes which can come in. Don't purchase property during this time. Take care of your health. Drive safely. Don't commit anyone until unless you are confident that you can do it. Verbal commitment should not be made. And also, in case you are going in for any surgical process or something, just wait for some time. At least 13, 14, don't do it. Then sun will be transitioning from here to the second house. So wait for sun to settle. Whenever there's Sankranti, it is not considered to be good for the Muhurta election. So you have to be careful. Don't get into any kind of important tasks during 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th rather. Okay. These 4-5 days you have to be little careful about starting anything new. For Aquarius, I'm saying. Any which ways, whenever Sun Sankranti, it is going to be Meena Sankranti. It's the last one. So you have to be very careful any which ways, everyone, before starting anything new. Then do it after Sun is settled in the Pisces sign. Then Sun, of course, is going to be changing signs, going to be in your second house. Save money. Okay. And don't pick up on your authorities, or maybe your bosses or seniors. Arguments with them should be avoided. And Jupiter is changing. Jupiter is getting direct, very positive for you guys for a couple of reasons. That it is going to be good for progeny, childbirth. It's good for your creative energies. You will learn something now. It's good for that. Research oriented mindset, communication skills also will improve, because Jupiter retrogression was like giving you some kind of issues with children or health issues also. So now you will be better off in your health also. You will get that cure that you were you could not diagnose. So that way it is good. And Ketu is there in the 7th house. It's considerably little uneasy placement for relationship. So maintain cordial relationship. Jupiter turning direct will save your marriage in case you are having any kind of issues till now. Okay. So take care, and you're good to go. Coming to the last sign, that is Pisces. All right. So for Pisces natives, this week moon is going to be transitioning from your 8th to the 9th house to start with, on the 9th and the 10th. So it's good. So last week you were a little uneasy. Now you will feel better. It's like a calm after the storm. So this is definitely very positive for you guys when it is your 9th house transit. Good for education, good for travels, good for spiritual guidance. Maybe you will connect with someone very significant and you will get that guidance. And also, it gives slowdom in your work. Though you're learning, you're traveling, but it gives slowdom. So in case you're traveling and your work doesn't get complete, so wait. It's be patient. You just leave everything and come back. No, maybe you have to overstay wherever you are, so give it some time. You will definitely be better off. Don't get into the disagreement zone. You might just have some kind of dispute with your father-like figure, mentors, gurus. So just take it easy. And there can be some body pains, or you feel that in the hip joint, you can have some pain, or legs. You have traveled and you've worked hard, long hours, so it can be that kind of a day also. And don't overindulge in charitable institutes, or being into charity. Indulgence is to be avoided. You can take a religious trip, you can take a retreat. There can be some kind of challenge that you have to go through. And as per the classic text, when moon is in the ninth house, it is not considered to be that good for overconfidence. You can have overconfidence, so be careful about that. And also you have to have that faith in the spirituality or in the divine, so that will protect you, that will save you. And also, in case you're waiting for conceiving, so this might just be the day, 2 days, when moon is in the ninth and the 10th in the trine to your fifth house. So it's good for conception also. And definitely, you will gain that kind of comfort. You've completed your task, so you feel very happy also by the end of the day. And also, you might just read some spiritual or classic text also. So it's good if you want to read something and learn something out of it, and the gist would be good. And then moon will be in your 10th house, and that's happening on the 11th to the 13th in the Sagittarius sign in the 10th house. 10th house is considered to be good. You will get all sorts of help from the government, from the VIPs, and you will get the job opportunity that you were waiting for. Also, there will be some new ideas, self-confidence. You will maintain good health. You'll be courageous. You will be spontaneous. You will be really connecting with your bosses and seniors. They'll be approving whatever. Maybe you ask for a promotion, you get it. Okay, this is like status coming back. And also, it is good for your overall success. And it's a good time to start a new business. It's a good time for doing things energetically. You feel blessed. Your family, your friends, they all will render full support. And good time to relocate also, because it's right opposite Jupiter. Jupiter in the 4th house getting direct is good for relocation, good for purchasing of property, etc. Also, you will get that name, fame, recognition also with Jupiter getting direct. So it's good for your overall success, I think. This week you can accumulate wealth also. Maybe you will get that promotion and you'll be able to get that raise or increment also. So all the more better if you use this time well. 14th, 15th, moon is going to be in Capricorn sign in your 11th house. Now, 11th house is when the income starts increasing. It is like, you got that support from your friends and family and your officials, your seniors, and your everything, your documentation is done and it's approved. So it's fulfillment of desire for that reason, because it is the 11th house. You feel stable. 11th house gives you stability. So whatever efforts you put in, you will get paid off from the 11th house. So you will get that, people are supportive of you. You're able to overcome the enemies, the competition, health issues, any kind of disagreements changes into agreement. So all that is going to be a positive thing. Sun entering your 1st house will bring about visibility, limelight, and Saturn will bring about some maturity in you with Sun there as well. And also, this can be a test of character also, because Sun in the 1st house is like that. So embrace discipline rather than escapism. All right. And also, this is good for the powerful identity, that you're waiting for. So long-term planning for that, it is definitely a very positive window. Okay, very positive time period for you guys. Okay, and You see, post eclipse energy is very high because you are having it in your 12th, you had it in your 12th house and the 6th house axis. So in case you were having any kind of issues till now in your relationship, in your in your business or in your work, whatever issues you were facing, now you will be able to resolve them, because now things are looking better for you, and you will be able to reconcile with people also. You will be definitely well disciplined. Whatever you will do, you will gain that kind of success that you're waiting for. Also, it is good for gain of wealth. It is good for any kind of emotional satisfaction, recognition, respect, and marriage wise, relationship wise also, it is a good time period. Okay. And health comes back on the track, so good for overall success also. In case you ask me, it is a positive time period for you guys. Okay, so any other questions, if you have, you can ask, otherwise we'll call it a wrap. Okay, I don't think so I have to tell you anything else. Let me see if there is anything else. Festivals, did I check the festival? Meena Sankranti is there, yeah, that's what. Yeah. Okay, so for the nakshatras, I will be doing for my members, if you join the membership program, how the week looks like for each nakshatra, 27 nakshatras, how the week is. I share my insights on the membership program. So you can definitely, if you want to join the membership, be a member. Okay, be a member, join the membership program, please. Okay. And also, before I close, there is this Durga Path on 21st. Okay, Durga Path is on the 21st and the 22nd, 9 p.m. onwards. Okay, so please join in and donate as much as you can, and it's definitely a very positive ritual that we are going to be doing collectively, as we did the Rudra Abhishekam. So you all are most welcome to join in, and it is definitely your prayers will be heard, especially to the ones who are in Rahu Dasha. They should join in. Okay, stay blessed everyone. Have a great week ahead. Om Tat Sat.